Doubleback.
Yes, same.
You've been to Walmart.
I've been to Walmart. This is like my first real time, yes.
Try the weather's now a little nicer, but still a beautiful. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Hi guys, how are you? Come on, get some wine. I'm Trey.
Trey, I'm Tom Joe.
Tom, it's good to have you here. Yes.
This is my wife Micah.
Hi, Micah. Nice to meet you. I'm with Sleight of Hand. My business partner Jerry. We have Josh from Sleight of Hand.
Sleight of Hand.
Yeah, like a magic trick.
Here you go.
And we're pouring a rosé. Josh from Doubleback is pouring one of his white wines.
Oh, Sleight of
we're gonna have yeah. Wendy, hi.
Jess, set it, you'll see my pink backpack if you want. Rosa, you can just go up. Either one. Rosa and her.
What have you learned?
What are you doing?
Feel like
I need your shirt.
How are you?
Good farmer Dolman.
17 How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Thank you. How are you?
Good.
What's your name again?
Josh.
Josh McDaniel.
Yeah, McDaniels.
Can I take a photo?
Yeah.
Are you important?
I'm nope, not at all.
What do you do then?
I'm the winemaker and GM.
Winemaker. I don't know. That's a low rank job.
Yeah.
You may have to work harder.
Yeah.
Oh, this is nice.
Thank you. It's 2017 Chardonnay. Yeah.
Try this. Cool. I'm gonna take a photo of this.
So while we have a little bit of quiet, we'll go ahead and introduce ourselves. If Trey could get food out of his mouth, he'll come up here. So Josh is the winemaker and general manager here at Doubleback, and happens to sit on the board with me of the local wine alliance, and so we decided we would do this event together. Trey, my business partner at Sleight of Hand, he and I started our winery in 2007, and we're going to run through a variety of our different wines over the course of the evening. You'll get to taste, I think, 6 of each of our wines. We snuck in a dark horse here. This is a rosé that we make with Mark McNeely from Mark Ryan Winery, called the project's called the Underground Wine Project. So we're starting off with a little rosé. There's some appetizers coming around. We're going to talk about the wines during the evening. As I always say at all of our events, the only rule is that you have a good time.
Yeah. Better.
Yep. Yeah.
What he said.
Yeah, you better have a good time. So, welcome to Doubleback. It's our first dinner together. We also 2007 was a good year because we also started in 2007. So there must have been a lot of good things moving before that. But we moved into our new space here in April. It's been we actually have every tank full right now except for 2. So we're knee deep in harvest, and my guys are about ready to keel over and die. No, we'll be done maybe in 2 weeks-ish. So we'll see how the weather goes, and so far it's been a great year. But like Jerry said, please have fun tonight. We'll get up and talk a little bit after we get in and have dinner. Thank you guys for being here, but also thank you for being in Walla Walla. I hope you enjoy your time. Cheers.
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 Ray, you want to say something?
No, good.
No, you need to say something.
Talk about the
Trey.
How about talk about those shoes?
Oh yeah.
Brand new shoe company called Ross's.
There we go.
There you go.
With 4 of those downstairs. So some of this.
Yeah, if you consider this a salad.
That's good. Last time I saw you with that wine glass.
Isn't it fun? This isn't bad.
No, it was very good.
I love that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, it was a great event. Sally's cool.
No, I think so.
Came down here in June. Murder husband had
I want to take photos.
I say down here. She came down.
Do you guys need jobs?
McDaniel? No, he's a low-level worker. He's kind of like
It's a Chardonnay.
So that's in Oregon.
Yeah, so we outsource from Willamette for the Pinot that we're making.
Just for the Pinot, then everything else is here. Okay. The name for Elizabeth, right?
Yes, the Bledsoe is the other winery, right? And so Drew's grandfather, Drew Bledsoe, he's a football player, right?
Yes.
Okay, so his grandfather opened some kind of a winery, I think, in town or something like that, and then it had something to do, okay, I'm already screwing it up. It had something to do with cowboys, and they were really rough, and they were talking about horse shit and blah, 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 and she was there, and she softened the place up, and so he figured his first wine should be named after Elizabeth. I think it's his wife.
Okay.
His wife, yes. So we'd have to get the real story.
Okay.
It's a grandfather, so it's his grandmother. It's Drew Bledsoe's grandmother.
Okay. Oh, that'd be easy to find out online.
Right.
Yep. Okay, perfect.
Yes, you can try some.
Okay, un momento.
Un momento.
I'm gonna try the rosé.
Okay.
And I forgot your name again.
Jerry.
Jerry.
Solomon. I don't know why they didn't give us name tags.
Jerry Solomon. Okay.
We have a hard enough time remembering our own names. How are you supposed to remember it?
And what do you do here?
Trey and I own Sleight of Hand.
That's right. That's okay. Excellent.
I like your.
I love your labels.
Oh yeah.
That comes out. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I love the labels on your sleight of hand.
Thanks. Well, we're just not very serious people, and so
not?
for us, it just
No,
makes
the
sense
shirt
to
gave
have
it away. The most certain. This is all record
Loud.
labels. Yeah.
Loud is what we are.
Oh, okay.
When we started the winery, we had a little tasting room downtown, and nobody came in, nobody knew us, and so we'd sit inside there. We brought some records in, and we'd crank up the stereo, just blasting out the place. Somebody would, lo and behold, somebody would walk in. We'd race over to try and turn it down to a human level.
And then they walked out.
No.
How did you guys wind up together? I'm just curious.
I met Trey at a wine tasting. He was the winemaker at Basil Cellars, and I was living in Sun Valley, Idaho, and was at a wine tasting there for their summer wine auction. And a friend of mine who had a restaurant, I went up to her and said, what have you tasted so far? It was during the trade portion, and she said, this guy over here is making an incredible Syrah. And I said, really?
Him?
Where from?
He doesn't look like he makes Syrah.
He can make a great Syrah.
Kick-ass Syrah. It's really good. We're not going to try it tonight. You guys come by the wine.
Why not?
We're trying our Grenache tonight.
Oh, I like that.
So I started talking to him and just blown away by the quality of the Syrah. It was just so different from what I was used to. I grew up in California, so I was used to California wine, and California Syrah, especially back then, was sort of one-dimensional. And so started talking to him, and talking turned into a friendship. And 6 years later, he finally got me to come out here. And the first day I was here, my wife said, "Okay, let's sell everything and move here." And I said, "What are you talking
What
about?"
a great wife.
And she said, you've been whining, what are you going to do when you grow up? So let's move here.
This is
And I
6 years
said,
ago?
This is in 2006.
Okay.
And I said, well, what would we do?
From California.
No, Idaho.
California and Sun Valley.
Oh, okay.
We're living half-half.
Okay, yeah.
And I said, well, what would we do? And she said, well, maybe we'd start a winery. I said, yeah, that's never going to happen. The next day it did.
Wow.
The next day, Trey and I are talking. I've got a business plan. I've been pushing him to go out on his own. And I looked at this business plan and I said, I can totally help you do this.
Yeah.
If you'll teach me to make wine, like Eric Dunham taught you to make wine,
But
I'm in.
Doesn't it take a lot of capital to start something like this? This is a huge investment.
This is a big investment. But we started very simply. We rented space at Zavia to make our wine. We rented a small storefront downtown as a tasting room.
Yep.
Trey had relationships with these great growers from his basil days, so we were able to get grapefruit. The economy immediately went into the toilet, which meant there was even more grapefruit because wineries were cutting back and we were growing. And so we just got lucky. And press liked us early on, and well, they still like us, but they found us early on, and it was really just dumb luck. I mean, we made 2,500 cases in the beginning, and we said, well, we better make wine that we want to drink because
we hear that so much.
it's likely we're going to be drinking it.
Yeah.
And then it sold, and we went, well, I guess people like our wine, so I guess we'll still make it the way we want it to be.
So did you just source in this local area or all the way up to Yakima and Walla Walla?
Now we have an estate vineyard, 2 of them here in Walla Walla, 3 of them here in Walla Walla, 1 out in Horse Heaven Hills, and 1 on Red Mountain. And then we also source fruit from 2 different vineyards in Yakima, another vineyard here. Our Bordeaux varietals almost all come from estate vineyards, and our Rhone varietals come almost all, and also our Chardonnay come almost all from other vineyards, because there were vineyards where we could get fruit that there was just no way we were ever, it's like our Chardonnay, which you'll have later tonight, the vineyard's about 40 years old.
Wow.
Even when we started, it was only 30 years old. It's like, how am I supposed to replicate that?
Yeah.
I mean, it was so special. So that's sort of how we made the determination. And as time went on, we got more estate and less non-estate.
Right.
What did you do before you did this?
I spent 30 years in prison. Oh no, 30 years as a business attorney, which is almost like being in prison.
As an attorney?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
God.
that's good. That kind of helps.
So I was a business lawyer, so I never went to court. I just did contract negotiations.
That was good because that helps you with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's good.
So you're the perfect partner for someone like this.
Yeah. So I brought the business side to it and the ability to get the financing,
And
he
you taste
brought
the
the
wine.
talent.
So he makes it, you taste it, everybody's happy.
And we found out that he taught me to make wine, and which I can do, but I'll never be as good as him. But on the other side, when it comes to blending, when it comes to deciding what goes into the bottle, we found out I'm better than he is.
There you go.
So it made a perfect partnership.
Yeah. So this is so when you do the blending and tasting, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a 50-50, you just sit together and do it?
We have a production winemaker now. He was the assistant winemaker. He's been elevated. He sits with us as well. But my palate is sort of in charge of that part of the process.
Nice. Okay.
So we all talk about it, but invariably I'll say we'll do this and this and this, and so it annoys them because sometimes I'll tell them, let's try this, and they'll go, no, there's no way that's going to be good, and then they'll go, now how did you know that was going to work?
See, my wife says that to me all the time. How did you... Yeah. Good job. Oh, that's a great
No,
story.
that is interesting. That's very good because, like, I really want to have a good palate. Mine sucks. And it's frustrating when it can't be great, you know?
I'll tell you something that people sometimes associate the ability to translate into words a good palate. That's what a good palate is. A good palate is being able to taste good versus bad.
Right.
All the different nuances. Being able to put a word to it is not important. unless you're Robert Parker and you're writing a
Oh,
tasting.
Yep.
I mean,
Thanks,
our
you made me
tasting
feel
notes.
so much better.
Trey does the first draft on almost all of our tasting notes because he's much better at that.
Right.
There you go.
When I have to do it, it takes me 3 times as long because I just have to sit there and going, I know
I know it's
I'm
good.
tasting this thing.
Yeah.
But what is that thing?
It's guava.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
So it's been a great partnership. We've had we started in 2006. We had one argument in all that time, which is a lot. I've been married for 28 years. Believe me, I've had more than one argument every 10 years with my wife.
Yeah, that's cool.
But maybe the difference is that I don't have to sleep with Trey.
That does help.
Senye, not Senye, straight to press.
Straight to press.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you, Molly.
That's rosé.
I've known them since I was a baby. So this is going back to like 02, 03. They've been coming to Wawa for a long time.
Are you supposed to be doing something?
Pouring wine.
I'm guessing that the people at your table would like to try some of our wine.
I guess that's I'm happy to try it. What are we pouring, Jerry? We're doing the Conjure.
Argument number 2.
I got it.
Argument number 2. What's happening?
Left, Jerry.
Okay, so just to get this right.
You're left.
We're
You're
left.
left, so it'll be white and red.
Okay. All right.
So second, glass number 2.
Next.
Yeah.
Glass number 2.
You want us to pour all the way to the left?
No, pour the second glass. We'll put the Chardonnay in.
Ladies always.
It's so confusing, Ann. Jesus.
I love that. I love that.
Those are these little inserts. Those are for our wine club. So we send out every wine club shipment. We send out. We have a partnership with Sub Pop Records in Seattle. And so we send out digital downloads of all Sub Pop music for our wine club. So they can download a bunch of new music.
Right.
Sub Pop interviews to a bunch of people they probably normally wouldn't have.
Thank you.
This nose on this rosé is fantastic.
So fun. So I love every wine club.
The nose on the rosé is fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. That's good marketing.
But you got that.
No, I'm on the rosé.
That's part of it.
Yeah, that's smart.
The nose on the rosé is fantastic. Yeah, you poured that in. This is in this glass.
Take it easy, Trey.
That's a Conjure. He's got some really cool names on it. Oh, you did? Oh, he got some cool names.
Let's wait until I get all the wine and all of them.
Okay.
It's such a pretty place that I have. We have wine and
I hope so.
nothing's in 1 and 3. Are we supposed
All right, who loves the karaoke? Raise your hand.
Trey,
Yeah, let's do
we
it.
got 2 glasses empty. Is this your fault, or do we have to call?
No, we're gonna go. So we're going Conjure and then Cabernet, the Flying Bee Cabernet's on your right, and then the next course coming. We're actually rotating. We're not pouring the Chardonnay at one time.
No Chardonnay?
No. We're rotating. It's gonna be the bottom of this.
Try to make it idiot proof.
But then we had Trey.
Idiots.
So double back on the right. Sleight of hands on the left.
Double back on the right.
Double back on the right, sleight of hand on the left.
Perfect.
Okay.
Oh,
You're on the
it's
right.
not idiot. But
You're on the
you
right.
never know.
Not my right, your right.
Oh my God.
We are all going to be so confused. Take much.
Well, you guys are in for a treat tonight with food. That's Andre,
got KFC.
and that's his chef Brian.
Okay.
But Andre has a.
Get him over.
Yeah, Andre has a restaurant here in town called Andre's Kitchen. It's in a gas station.
It's the gas station.
He's been on
So he took a gas station.
every food and wine magazine you think of. He moved here from Boise, Idaho. He had a super swanky restaurant in Boise called Andre's. It was a white tablecloth, full-on French
Now it's black.
restaurant. Not black tablecloth, a white tablecloth. Very fancy. Worked in New York. Got his training with like Eric Repair in New York City, and moved to Boise and opened this restaurant. And when the financial crisis came about in '08, by that time I'd probably done 4 or 5 wine dinners at his restaurant, and we've been harassing him about coming
We hit
Walla Walla. So it was basically time for him to, he had to figure something out.
Yep.
So he moved here, went to work for a friend of ours winery named Dusted Valley, and worked at Dusted Valley for a harvest, trying to, figure out what his food plan was going to be, whether it was going to be another high-end restaurant, whether it was going to be. And about that time, the food truck thing was happening. And so he opened Andre's Kitchen Food Truck, was the first food truck at Walla Walla. And he started parking it in this gas station, the co-op, the farmer's co-op, on 9th and Rose, downtown Walla Walla. And the co-op also had a big kitchen in there. And they had the roller dogs and just all. So they're like doing zero business because his food truck's out there. Well, I mean, Andre was renting space out there. So the owner of the co-op said, look, why don't you just open up in here? Like, take over my kitchen. He's like, I'll build it out for you however you want it. So this guy, Andre's like, if you're willing to do that, so he put his restaurant inside the co-op. It's really breakfast and lunch. They're open until 6, so you can go there for dinner. But there's like 60 or 70 things in the menu. It is incredible. Like today, on Thursdays, about a month ago, we started doing lobster rolls because we got back from Boston. And he's like, and he loves lobster. And so he's like, I wonder if people will buy a lobster roll in a gas station. So the first day that he had 12 lobster rolls, they were gone before noon. This is $38 a lobster roll in a gas station. Wow. And so then now it's like you have to order them in advance. So yesterday he sold like 30 lobster rolls in a gas station. So it's pretty incredible. But his culinary chops are pretty solid. So you're in for a treat.
It does.
So tell me about the conference today. What happened today?
Today?
I don't know if I remember that.
I mean, was it like 8 a.m. until 6 and you were done and then you came here? Or was it
9 a.m. to 5.
9 to 5 in a classroom the entire time?
We had some breaks here.
Yeah, it was like the beginning of the conference, really.
Okay.
And then we broke up.
We just ended with a flash wine tasting. So every 5 minutes, we switch to a
10
different
wine.
10 wines and you're like,
God.
okay.
So I could not tweet once.
But from the
I learned from the last time in Santa Barbara.
Right.
I managed to, well, we were tag teaming too.
Oh, that's
So, I kind of cheated.
my wife left me.
I did. I had to go to Mark Ryan's and buy one of those 12-case, take it on the airplane.
aren't those great?
$55 up there.
Not that much.
No, you buy it online, they're almost $100.
Well,
Okay, so $55
$55,
was
and they
good,
have a
though.
whole bunch of them.
if you get down to our tasting room over the next couple of days, we started selling. These are they're made in Napa. They're a hard case suitcase.
Oh, you have one of
Both
yours?
sides, you can fit 6 bottles. It's got the four foam inserts for 6 bottles on each side with a zipper over each. You close
it's
it up,
hard case.
protected. It's incredible. But you can no, it's $300.
Yeah.
But it's
That's about right. That's about.
But it's for checking wine, like if you're in Europe, right?
Yes,
So
she's going.
But you can also just do 6 bottles, and you can use the other half for a suitcase too. Which is
And you
awesome.
have them at your tasting room.
Yes, we have it, and they with a custom sleight of hand logo on them, and the whole. But they're made in Napa. We found them. Someone told us about them. We looked them up online, and they're like, you don't have to buy like a dozen. to have your custom plates made. They're kind of cool.
Which one are you, Trey?
Are you on Instagram?
Yeah.
I'm just, it's S of H Sellers. SOFH. SOFH. Yeah. I don't use my personal account anymore.
Which one is supposed to go to?
SOFH. Sleight of hand. Yep. That's me.
Sleight of hand.
Do we know?
Oh, either or.
Andre's Kitchen.
Oh, okay. So either or goes.
Oh, let me see him.
Okay. All right.
I don't think it would have the number on there.
It seemed on to me. That's why I thought I know.
Oh.
So are there a lot of custom like buttons, or are they all on our page?
Are you on Instagram? All right.
Are there a lot of
Let's see here.
buttons, or are they all like this
It's just Andre's Kitchen. ANDRAES Kitchen.
Yeah, they're more of a...
We have a
Yeah.
four set on ours, but the other two aren't here.
So he makes, Andre's been falling in love with Mexican food over the past few years. He's been going down to Mexico City. He's been making, he went down to Oaxaca, found a couple of like heirloom corn growers, has this corn flown up, bought a grinder, so he makes his own heirloom corn tortillas, and they're like different colors, like blue and
I just
red.
had it today earlier. I had it earlier today. It's amazing.
Yesterday was National Taco Day, so we bombed through and ate a bunch.
So, Leanne, did he answer the question about is it a gas station or did he do it up? He did do it up, right? Okay.
Definitely not right on.
Can you still buy gas there? No?
Just that story alone makes me serious. I thought I wanted to check it out, right?
Okay, so who's this dude
Flying Bee, that's off the Doubleback. That's Drew's second label, or their sort of family label of wine.
Is Figgins not making this one?
Bread pudding. Bread pudding.
Figgins?
He's not making this one?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it is banana
That young man you met earlier. This is
Josh McDonald.
Josh was the
I
winemaker
didn't
for
see
Chris.
that. You know what? I figured it.
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
purposely.
He's been working with Drew for about 4 or 5 years now.
No wonder I like that.
He's the guy from
I didn't see the word banana.
Right.
I don't see the word banana anywhere.
Yep.
Where does it say banana?
Exactly. That's right here.
He has
So-
a Riesling. He
Oh.
has, a few other wines here.
Great guy.
Really great wines. And his estate vineyards are up Mill Creek past the Bayha.
So this is the meat
Close
part?
into the Blue Mountains. Very, very different profile than Leonetti wines. People are like, oh, why does he have his own label when he's, Leonetti's going to be his anyway. But Chris bought this land. He thought this was going to be a great place to make wine from. So the Figgins stuff is only from the Figgins estate vineyard. The Leonetti stuff is the Leonetti estate vineyards, but that's on their property at Seven Hills because they own part of Seven Hills. And then all the new plantings above Seven Hills, Sarah Padachi and that area. So they're very, very different profiles of wine, even though they both make Cabernet.
So how you coming with the name of Conjure?
Well, it's a magic theme, right? So Sleight of Hand is a Pearl Jam song. I'm a huge Pearl Jam fan. So we named the winery first, and we sort of fell into the world of magic after the fact. So all of our wines are named after the world of magic. So Archimage, Illusionist, Levitation, they're all sort of like, kind of go with these vintage magic posters. But that's Neil Patrick Harris on The Conjurer. And he's been in our wine club since we started the winery.
Really?
Big magic fan. If you ever watch How I Met Your Mother, he's always doing bar tricks. Like, he's legit doing those bar tricks. He's a very good magician. But we're the glass pour at a place in Hollywood called the Magic Castle. It's a world famous magic house. And we've been a glass pour there for 11 years. And he discovered our wine there and joined our wine club. And then we just sort of had this friendly online relationship with him, like emailing back and forth. And Jerry reached out to him one day and said, hey, we've got a new wine coming out. Would you want to be like the face of the label? He's like, sure. So And that was back in 2011.
Well, that was delicious.
We are, as the crow flies, probably 4 miles that way, for the southwest, yeah. We're next door to Savaya, the Pepper Bridge, Vapiano. They're all in that little area right there. Yeah.
I love their, when I went to your tasting room, we had advice from a local that was like, get sandwiches from Gray's, bring them on that patio.
Yeah, so great.
On that little, so we got like a bottle of rosé from Vapiano and we had our sandwiches on there.
Beautiful.
Cypress cheese.
You're sitting down in a little bit of a hole, so everywhere around you is vineyards everywhere.
Yeah,
so
of course.
it's beautiful sort of Tuscan villa and
Yeah.
really, really pretty.
And then you can talk over you guys and
So I'm going to interrupt. We're going to interrupt you periodically. Winemakers are going that way. I wanted to just let you know we're going to talk about all of the wines as we go through the courses. And Josh will talk about the Doubleback wines. Trey and I will take turns talking about our
You got
wines.
this. You got it.
But I wanted to mention that we left some trash with your napkin. So we left you 2 things from our winery. As you might have guessed from my shirt, if you've ever been
It's
to
very
a tasting
busy.
room and seen
Your shirt's
our
busy.
3,000 albums, music is a big deal for us. So when we send out our wine to our wine club members, we send them a little miniature record album with a little record in the inside, and that's cute. But what makes everybody look forward to it is on the back side of it, there's a list of songs from artists who are on Sub Pop Records out of Seattle, and a digital download, so that you can download those songs for free. So if you like music, you just got, I think it's about 20 songs on there for you to download. We also always end up taking some album cover and using that as the front side. That one was from our 10th anniversary, so that was Pearl Jam 10.
10, yeah.
Love Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Except that it's us on
Are you gonna get them at the winery one day, and so they can do like
Well, Jeff Ament has come out,
He has.
and
We're only about $980,000 short of getting him to play the.
We're close.
So close.
we were 982,000 just a year ago.
We're working our way.
So enjoy, and we'll continue to bother you along the way. Oh, the other thing that was on your place was just a little bit about the winery and the different wines that we make, several of which you're going to.
Jared, what's the Neil Patrick Harris story?
So Trey and I started the winery. We've been open about. We've been open about 6 months, and we got sign up, fax, sign up, maybe an email. It was from Neil Harris, signing up for our wine club, and it was an address in Hollywood, California. So I emailed him back and said, by any chance, is this Neil Patrick Harris? And he said, yes, it is. That's cool. Didn't think anything else of it. About a month later, he emailed me and said, hey, do you want me to pour your wine on I Met Your Mother? And Trey and I are idiots.
Is that true or not?
That's true story. That's true story.
After 3 more weeks, and finally we said, yes, we want
We did not wait 3 or 4 weeks.
We answered immediately. So maybe 3 months later, he contacts us and says, okay, it's going to be on this episode with Katy Perry. This is when Katy Perry was really hot. We thought, oh my God.
It's not hot right now.
So we watch the show, and we never see our wine.
Oh.
And so, like, Neil, we watched it, we never saw what scene was it in. He said the scene on the cutting room floor. So maybe 3 years go by. Now think 2011 or 12, and our banker, who is during the middle of the day, instead of being banking like whatever bankers are supposed to be doing, he was watching March Madness, and he calls up, all in the lather. I swear I just saw a commercial for How I Met Your Mother, and Neil Patrick Harris is pouring you wine. And we thought, well, it's possible, but that's strange. Not like we're not in touch with him. We couldn't contact her, but we look up the trailer court, and sure enough, there he is, pouring our wine on the show. So we watch it. During the entire opening credits, the whole cast is facing the camera, and he's pouring wine for them. Wow. And he's got the label out.
Oh, cool. What
a gift. So I sat down to write him a thank you note, because my mother raised me that way. And as I was getting ready to sign off, I thought, you know what, I'm going to ask him if he wants to be the face on this label, because we had come up with the idea that Conjuring was going to be the next wine. 2011 was the first vintage. Trey refused to be on another label. I refused to be on another label. He was married to a woman and had 2 daughters. I was married to a woman, still married to a woman, and have 3 daughters. So it was like we used the artist on a label already. There were no other men. And so I thought, what the heck, all I'm going to do is say no. And so he writes back, he says, I said, well, I can't pay you, but I can send you a case of wine. So he writes me this very long email. Oh, that sounds like fun. I'd like to do it. What do we need to do? And he said, well, actually, maybe I should negotiate. And then he drops down the line and says, no, that's okay. I should probably negotiate. This whole page is back and forth with himself. Finally, he says, okay, how about 3 cases?
Okay.
So I write back and I say,
2 cases.
2 cases, that seems like an awful lot. 19 bottles, and 7 of them are coming from Trey's stash. So he said, okay.
Okay.
Needless to say, I sent him the 3 cases, and so the last part of the story, because this is actually 2 last pieces, long-winded stories. Thank you. When it was all bottled, I sent him a picture, all pallet wrapped, it's got the label on the outside of all of the boxes, and I send him his picture, and I get an immediate response back from him. He says, I've been wrapped in plastic before, but never like that. Don't ask. And then the other really funny part was he asked if we would like him to tweet about it when we were going to release it.
No kidding.
And again, after 3 or 4 months, we were able to come up with the correct response. Yes, we would. And so right before he's going to tweet about it, he says, oh, you know what? Are you sure your computer system will handle it? Because I've got like 6 million followers on Twitter. And we said, oh yeah, no problem. It's not our own system. We use a third-party provider for it. Yeah. So he tweets with a picture and the link to our website and knocks out every single person who uses this third-party provider. Hours. We are all down. So we don't know how much of that wine we would have actually sold.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. You couldn't get through. So that's the story of Neil Patrick Harris.
Wow. There we go. And he said he's a better winemaker than you.
Yeah. So next course is what?
So we're going to lobster bisque.
We're actually going to pour our Chardonnay with this. So we're going to have 2 Chardonnays side by side.
Okay. Okay. So the wines are beneath it, right? No.
Yeah, so we're going this here, and then here and here, and then go here and here. But this shows Archimage.
Yeah.
We're actually going to be pouring on Chardonnay. We're flip-flopping these.
Excellent. Okay, thank you.
Because we have lobster bisque coming up.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to charge my phone. Which means?
Alright, we're going to go with the far left glass is the sleight of hand chard.
The entrench? No. Yeah, the entrenches. Enchantus. Yep. Okay.
It's 100% Chardonnay. It's from a vineyard planted in 1980. Actually, one of the oldest blocks 1920s, it's a small territory.
10 acre.
Most of the old vine stars have been ripped out and replaced with other clones, or due to freezes or viruses or whatever. So this is some of the old Chardonnay still out there.
This is old vine chard.
And it's done in neutral barrel. There's no new wood on this.
Thank you, Miss Molly.
That is such a wreck over here.
He is a wreck, isn't he?
I know. He is a wreck.
Got it? And then what about the flying bee? Are you going to talk about the flying bee?
I'm not. That's theirs.
Who's going to talk about it?
Huh?
Who's going to talk about it then?
Well, Johnson will talk about it.
Oh my God. He's on his single focused.
Hey, Andre, where's the gas station at?
The gas station, yeah, 490 Road. Everybody should check it out before they leave for sure. Just want to talk a little bit about some of the food you guys had and what you're getting ready to have right now. My GM and Chef Cuisine will talk about the next, Brian will talk about the next few courses here in a bit. The appetizer you had was a crispy wonton chip with a little bit of yellowfin tuna, pickled cucumber, sesame aioli, and then shaved endive on top. Had a little bit of chili flake in that as well. And then the other appetizer was a grilled naan bread with olive ganoush, tasso ham that we made in the gas station. And then pickled Fresno chili, parsley, and a little bit of corn zest on that. Your first course that you had was, the base was a maple mostarda, so kind of like a really kind of creamy mustard, maple, a little bit of vinegar to tie the room together. And then the filling on there was a
Tie the room
savory banana pudding. And the topping on that was a bacon rillette, or for better term, a bacon jam on top of that, and then a little watercress and fennel salad.
Is there a
with
wine
little
water
fresh lemon juice in there, kind of finish that off.
It's just a hashtag.
This course right here, we're pretty excited about this. We started doing lobster rolls in the gas station. We go every Thursday. That's something that sells out. So we're bringing in fresh marine lobsters, obviously. To do that, we have a lot of shells, so we're making a lot of lobster stock. With the lobster stock, we're then turning some of that into bisque. So we're going through an effort to make lobster stock, which is kind of a laborious, tedious process to do with the shells. We take that stock, it's all strained out, and then we sweat down tomatoes, onions, garlic, tarragon, parsley, and thyme. So it just kind of turns into just a total single mass of sweated down vegetables in there. We then add our lobster stock and heavy cream. Take that back. I poured actually a whole bottle of brandy in there.
Oh, wow, that's impressive. You got a little brandy working? Okay.
In there, light it on fire with alcohol run off, that juice down. Then I add in a lot, equal parts lobster stock.
Right.
on this last Chardonnay.
Kind of let that cook and reduce and get down to where we want. Then we just strain that whole mess through a 5-minute strainer.
There's some right here.
Doubleback.
Mine's the first one. Mine's the first one right there. Yeah.
That's a little bit more expensive. Plants the road, they turn bright red. Once they're planted, so we take them.
I'm in the left.
Load them, throw them, plant out. Then put it in the spice grinder, and turn it into a little bit of a powder that has kind of lobster essence to it, and that's on top there. So all that's done in a gas station, or a box with wheels out there. And that's what we got for you tonight. And then Brian will come in and talk about the next two courses, and we'll kind of talk about dessert at the end. So
How much did you
that's it.
Chardonnay? How much is that retail for?
Same for that red wine conjure.
Yeah.
He'll let you off cheap on his. Ask me how much this one is.
That's Doubleback though.
Yeah.
That's not his.
No, mine is.
No, I know yours is. Ask me how much the Doubleback is.
That's my next question.
Okay,
Do you
so
know
he'll
how much
ask
the
you.
Doubleback is?
A lot.
A lot. Hey, Josh.
Oh yeah, he needs to talk
Inquiring
about it.
minds need to know.
First of all,
Tell us about that Chardonnay.
Hey, Josh,
really small
hold
project for
on, Josh. We're going to do a 15-second on my story on Instagram.
All right.
It's only a 15-story deal, so just put inside of 15 seconds. Hold on a second. All right, Josh, this is Doubleback Chardonnay, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Doubleback Chardonnay. Josh, go.
So Doubleback Chardonnay is super small in production. This was almost more of a pet project because I love white burgundy. So this is high elevation, really cool site. Picked it really early. Picked it at 21 bricks and then fermented it all in barrel and concrete, and then bottled it after about 16 months. So a little bit of really good mouthfeel, but as long as you have low alcohol and nice acid, then it's kind of that project that we're shooting for.
Yeah, very good, thank you.
Honeysuckle on the nose.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really surprising, like the nose on it.
Yeah. I actually, so I.
Almost when you smell it.
Yeah,
Chardonnay?
I wrote my tasting notes to decant it actually, because I've done it and I like
2 hours ago.
You really take your what?
You should decant it. I mean,
2 hours ago, it's in the candle.
Is it 100% Chardonnay?
Yeah, it's all Chardonnay.
So what makes it so different?
So what?
It's so different.
It almost has like, it almost reminds me of Viognier in some way.
Yes.
Like a head like Pichu.
I think it's partially the site, and then sometimes like I've gotten this on Chardonnay. This is Milk Root, Kenny Hill.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so this is 1,500 feet now.
My wife said.
Oh, wow.
What's the retail?
This was
Was.
70.
Was.
Yeah.
As in it's no longer available?
Yeah, we only made a small amount,
So I shouldn't be getting
And
excited.
this vineyard is mostly dry farm.
Yeah, and so we had these vines planted for us like you guys did back in 2011.
Not
Because we could have sought out trying to push through a wall could do for Chardonnay.
These are this is excellent. I like the Viognier, but it's like a lot more smooth.
Yeah, because I'm a big Polygny Montrachet. I love that. I want to break down the stereotype of oak being bad in Chardonnay. So you can have oak as long as you have acid and low alcohol levels and balance. And make it so it's more about mouth texture than oak.
How old is it?
30.
So how come you got?
He was making wine before he was old enough to drink it.
Was he?
So Josh, you're 30?
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't talking about the wine, you're talking about his age. I got in on the end of the conversation.
Josh has consumed a lot of bottles that were older than him.
Yeah, no kidding.
Actually, I had 88. That's my birth year.
That's my graduation year. I'm gonna let you get the fuck out
There
of
you go.
here. Leave the table.
I could have told you his birth year. Our son is 30.
The 1988 Red Willow Vineyard Syrah that Columbia Winery made. David Lake, MW, made the very first Syrah in Washington from Red Willow Vineyard. The vineyard was planted in 85. His first wine he made was 88. I had that wine maybe 2 years ago. Stunning. Stunning wine. Third leaf Syrah. No one's ever made Syrah in Washington before. And it was incredible.
Okay, so what I've learned about since I've been in this area for like 3 or 4 days, Red Willow, if you want Syrah, that's where you can buy Syrah.
Syrah and Cat,
It's
right?
one of the many places you can buy Syrah.
But it's one of the good ones.
Pretty good.
Are
Pretty
you
good.
getting some proof of Red Willow on the Red Willow?
We had the rocks.
Oh, the rocks is outstanding.
The rocks.
Well, the rocks. Did you get it early in the rocks or later?
We own a vineyard down there. That's a good one. But Lake Helene Vineyard for Syrah is incredible. And Seven Hills, and that's what I love about that grape is it shows sight better than any grape in Washington. Yeah. And other varietals, they show region. Rarely do they show like vineyard. And I can tell you that like Syrah shows vineyard, like before Lake Helene next to Southern Hills, like
You need to know the description.
and you can't really do that with Cab and Merlot. You'll know that this is Walla Walla Cabernet.
Really need to not
versus Red Mountain Cabernet. You can't really drill down. But Syrah, I think, it just shows it, especially if you leave it naked. You don't throw a lot of new oak at it. Right? And you sort of let it be. So that's what I love about the game. Pain in the ass to sell.
The owner proprietor of Red Bull of it.
Mike Sauer.
I got to drive around.
Oh, through the vineyard? Oh, that's cool.
It is great. It's probably like a herb.
So you built the chapel.
I'm guessing.
You had the chapel to be like, the Northern Rome. Like,
That was a guy from Owen Rowe.
No, Owen Rowe is buying those grapes.
He's buying the grapes.
Yeah, but Mike Sauer planted
He tells the story like that's his chapel.
Well,
but the Blue Man Owen Rowe, he told that story. You know,
like an oil.
Parsley and sage, so it's probably parsley oil. I can double check there.
Right, he's old school.
I'm not parsley oil. Are you using parsley? Then you're good.
In the middle of the Yakima Valley, it's sort of like there's so much agriculture around it. It's apples everywhere, and cherries and asparagus, and you drive through, and then you get to the vineyard, and there's this like hill in the middle of nowhere.
Chapel Hermitage.
Every time.
Well, that was the idea. I built that. So the old block. So that's why David Lake gets some of that. Not David Lake. David O'Reilly from Rowe gets some of the old block. Mark Lyons working with a lot of that fruit now. He loves that.
Every day till 8.
In today's climate, you talk about climate change and what's happening.
I would eat a lot between 3 and 4.
Yakima Valley used to be considered cool climate, like very late ripening. There's certain varietals just really aren't going to do well. Like Cabernet really wasn't made for Yakima Valley. And now it's made for it. Like old school Cabernet. Cab Franc.
Where's your cab from?
We have 4 vineyards.
I know, where is it at right now tonight? No, it's not here.
What do you mean? Oh, that bring it?
At the table now.
Well, I brought one of my reserve wines is Cab Franc Dominant. My best barrels of Cab Franc go into it. We're gonna do that tonight.
Actually, like this one's so much
Cab Franc
so different.
I think we do it as good as anyone.
I think you do it exceptionally well. I totally agree.
This is a talk.
I think Washington State.
I do, but my performance is right now the guy. My guy, Cat Franc.
Mike's
This is really good.
Blue Mountain Vineyard.
Yeah.
So we have 13 acres contracted. 8 are 16. We planted 8 acres in property. I made a wine. No, Mike's different.
Oh, okay.
He's one of our main growers.
It's really good.
That's what I said.
His Blue Mountain Vineyard Cab Franc we bottled in 15.
Now go back to that one.
The Magnum only, called the Cook.
I like this one.
Magnum only, 300 Magnums, we made 300 Magnums.
Like
And it was a highly rated Cab Franc in Washington.
something going on. Very smooth and rounded. The edges are creamy, but it's not creamy. It's still crisp.
Because the one was
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that tomorrow. I'll come to
After
one.
you go from back and forth.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, but I had to be got that was in my house.
That one's so
Well, no, I got to be one step around.
you wouldn't think that's Chardonnay.
Yeah.
But I tasted this first. Very sharp.
Sunday they're taking me.
I tasted that. Very smooth. Then came back to this. The sharpness is gone.
I agree.
What do you think?
Well, what time your conference start?
Yeah.
What time your conference start?
It doesn't matter. I can see you at like 10 o'clock. Yeah, I'll just come over and see you at 10.
They've got the best fish tacos you've ever had. They make the best fries and fry sauce you ever had. And they've got 20 or 30 beers in the tap. Draft.
Local?
Some local, but regional.
Okay.
Regional. Cream, crust.
Okay.
Yeah, You know those breweries?
No, but I had two
What do you
last
guys think again?
Oklahoma.
Oh, what part of Oklahoma?
Norman. Sooners.
Boomer. You like Stillwater, huh?
No, I'm a Georgia Bulldog.
A what?
Georgia Bulldog.
I don't understand that.
It's a football conference called the SEC.
We're talking about college football.
Oh, yeah. Right, not pro football. College football.
Guess who owns the SEC? Sooners.
Come on.
Oh, you got a little college football team called Alabama? Guess who beats them every time we play them? I'm just saying.
He's a Sooner.
Oh, dude, Oklahoma. Oh, they're strong.
Thank you.
Yeah, great.
Stronger than many
We're going to
SEC.
find out how strong you are
Saturday.
against Texas.
Saturday.
We'll find out Texas.
You're not
We'll
Texas.
find out what
You're
happens.
not. You're not Texas.
But but I think you got the superior quarterback in the whole group. The guy was already drafted in the baseball draft. He has a Russell Wilson arm. His arm is
Absolutely. Our offense is really good. He is better than Baker.
better than Baker.
Absolutely.
I agree.
But we have a defense.
But I agree with you. But how tall is he? I don't know.
He's not that tall.
6'1", 6'2", or what do you think he is?
No, ain't better than others. No, they are better. They are.
You don't know how tall he is?
No.
It's sort of the same thing.
No, he's only here for 1 year.
I need 2 empty red wine glasses.
So, I mean, this season.
No kidding. But he runs. Have you seen him run?
Oh, he's a very good runner, right? Yeah,
We've been to every game, and it's like, this guy is amazing.
I need 2 empty red wine glasses. 2.
Nebraska, Oklahoma rivalry.
No. Wait,
Well, we're gonna go.
They're saying 97 last year. That's like
I'm pouring Archimage. This is our Cap Franc Merlot blend. These are our best barrels of Cap Franc and Merlot in the cellar. Have you guys ever heard of a winery called Cheval Blanc?
No.
You can buy 20 bottles of this for the same price as 1 bottle of Cheval
They said
Blanc.
they're out of the wine game.
Give me a left and right.
I need my own phone.
My phone's
Jerry and Andre.
Okay. All right.
You don't know where we shop, so I thought you would say.
So, for those of you that don't know, Drew and Mara Bledsoe are the founders of Doubleback. So they started it back in 2007. Drew actually grew up in Walla Walla, graduated Walla Walla High School. He was one of those very lucky, fortunate people that were really good at professional sport. And so he played football for Washington State University, and then went, I always like to brag a little bit about him because he's so humble in person. Don't tell me I said that. They went number 1 overall in the 1993 NFL draft to the New England Patriots. So he played 13 years in the NFL. I was mostly for the Patriots. I always like to tell this story because he'll never tell it. But so he was the starting quarterback for I think 8 or 9 years at the Patriots. Turned the franchise around. They were like the Cleveland Browns. Sorry. But he got hurt in a play, and nobody knows this. Is he actually almost died?
He split his sternum.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
it's a big deal. He'll never tell that story, and that's how Brady ended up getting the job. And so Drew went on to play another 5 years, started for the Bills for 3 years and the Cowboys for 2 years. And then when he was in the NFL, he understood that he'd seen a lot of people come out of professional sports with drug addiction or marital problems or financial stress, et cetera, et cetera. And so he started planning early on and had seen what his hometown was wine. We bring, a lot of our founders of wine, out to these, sport. His parents were teachers, so he didn't have any money to know what wine really was. And so, but he took pride being on the East Coast of what Ball was doing, and nobody knew what that was. In fact, the day he went, big hometown kid, went number 1 overall in the NFL draft. He was like on the second page, because the first page of the Walla Union Bulletin was a hanging at the penitentiary.
Oh, God.
Walla was in a lot of ways. And funny story. But, so he stopped, he would take the Nicole and Hurricane out to these blind tastings, and he was surprised and kind of took a lot of pride in how often they would do these tastings. And so early on, he started planning for his next move, and he knew that he needed to keep himself engaged. And it's probably something that I've liked about him so much is he can't retire at 37 years old from the NFL not be competitive. And so I was, this young buck. I grew up here, grew up working for Lee and Eddie, started my own winery as a kid, and met Drew there. And so, being young in the wine, new in the wine, you're like, oh, celebrity wine project. I don't know about that. So Drew came out and did it the exact right way that someone like him should do it. He bought a piece of property, he developed a piece of property, made wine, he developed a brand and a business based on the success of the wine quality. And he called it Doubleback, they call it Drew Loves Winery, or what's the big music? So there's some things that he did that were kind of the antithesis of the typical celebrity product that really made you a believer. So we hit it off. I took over in 2014, and this is our 11th year in business, and we just finally moved into one place. It felt really good. We all of our barrels in one location right now. I can actually taste every barrel at one time. But tonight we had our Flying Bee Cabernet first, 2016, just released that. Cabernet, Syrah blend. We had our Doubleback Chardonnay, a couple of cool wines that we don't really ever taste. So Doubleback Chardonnay is kind of a small project, really big white burgundy fan. So if I can get acid and low alcohol but have oak, I love that. And oak meaning texture, not oak. This is actually something we've never done. This is a barrel sample of 2017 Pinot Noir. So this is a Willamette Valley Pinot Noir, very rich every day. And yeah. So like I managed the Toil Oregon project for the biggest family since 2011, and my wife actually fell in love with Pinot Noir, so we ended up going down there a lot and got into it really big. And Drew's wife Mara is actually from Portland, so they would go down there a lot in the summertime. And so it's kind of a cool project that we're trying out, so I'm really interested to hear your feedback later tonight. Thank you guys again. We'll get up and talk, keep talking.
I had a question for you, Josh. You said it's great hearing how humble Drew is about his career and stuff, but who holds more records at the high school?
Leave that alone, man. Just leave that one alone.
There's like one thing that I have on, and I love it up there because the rest of my athletic life means nothing. But I do have a high school football record. And he does it, and so I really love to do that. Appreciate that.
Where do I put it on chat?
Real quick, I want to introduce Nick Klein. You guys have in front of you the Archimage, but first I want to talk about Gary's sports experience as well. Gary was a national kickball champion in 7th grade. And not a lot of people know that, so you can take that as right now. Blog about that. It was a big deal. Remember that Tripoli guy? It's the U.S. team and that. Another convention, yo-yo. This is the 2014 Archimage. This is actually in the under menu. We flip-flopped the Chardonnay with the last course and this course. This is my favorite wine to make the winery. It's a blend of Capon and Merlot, and it was inspired by a bottle of 90 Cheval Blanc that I had with a good friend of mine years ago. And so when Gary and I started the winery, this is going to be one of our benchmark wines. It's going to be Capon and Merlot. Washington, I think that Capon is good. Anyone in the world. Everyone knows how our Merlot is up here already. And so we're fortunate to work with some great vineyards. This has been barreled for about 20 months, only about 30% new French oak. And essentially a barrel sort of program. We go through our favorite lots during the year and sit down after 6 months and put the plan together. And we can enjoy it. So, thank you, Trey. Yes.
You're doing a little storytelling now.
As you should. Oh, man.
So, who's the lady on the
Well, look at the vintage. This is Jerry's daughter.
Oh.
And the 14 vintage are going backwards there was my ex-wife.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you sell them
You know
all?
about tattoos, right?
Huh?
Don't get a tattoo.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't do a label on a wine
never,
bottle.
Never put your spouse in a place.
Yeah.
I'll get that. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I already got it. I got it. I'll pick it out. What do you need? You want me to do that?
Some like crazy big shit.
No champagne?
All right, everybody, one more interruption. Brian, who is the other half of the team that lives in the little box out.
Doesn't work now, does it?
So what we just had was a frisee and a poached pear salad. So that was kind of a palate cleanser after the last course. It was kind of rich.
Dude, the pears are amazing.
A roasted lemon vinaigrette.
And they're off the ranch.
And then on a goat cheese creme and with some pepper prawns in there. And for the next course, for entree, you're going to have some seared bone-in lamb loin with corn succotash and a butternut squash topping. I'll put that up to you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
We also, we're finally going to go head to head here. We've stylistically wine has been, even with the two Chardonnays.
Not gonna work out real well.
It's been pretty good here.
Not gonna work out real well.
But now it's mano a mano.
It's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out real well. It's not gonna work out real well.
It's gonna work out great.
Trey and Josh are going to get into a giant vat.
Cage match!
It's not gonna work out real well.
Jerry's in a steel cage vat. Steel cage vat of shark
Okay, Trey, and what was the price point on
It's not gonna work out real well.
Enchantress?
Yep. Well, to talk people.
Chardonnay? No,
The one we just had.
Yeah, that was 52.
52.
Yeah. And this is 52. All right. Hey, guys, I need 2 empty wine glasses, 2 reds, and out.
The reds, is that what he said?
That was like memory for my dad that had two. Is that he's like the BFF, in his mind, which is like so special. And he's like,
I dumped it. Oh, but a dash in there and that'll help dump it.
Okay, now we're doing
Yep, he doing black.
Okay.
He doing black.
Like it? Give me honest feedback too.
Honest feedback?
Honest feedback.
I think they're both really, really good. One's better than the other though.
Okay, here we go.
Thank you.
1, 2, however you want.
All right, we have Cabernet coming up next. We're going to this here.
I like it.
Give me a red wine glass. Reserve tab, low cap front, rope keeper dough, little bit low.
Wow. Just initial, yes. Thank you, Chelsea. Are you married?
But I rent him out.
You rent. She rents me out. Oh my God, it's so cool. I'm a Mormon.
He wishes.
I see the wine. Oh.
Oh wow, they're so different.
They are. Initially, I like the other one.
Initially, they're so different.
Same result. when we put it on a palate, it makes you salivate.
Right.
You just want more. So, but if you don't have that filling, wine doesn't have the ability to age. That salivation and that tannin structure. Acid tannin.
Okay. Hold it.
So for us, we're predominantly cab, like 84 cab. The remainder is Cab Franc, Petit Verdot, and Merlot.
Okay.
Only 50% new French. So not, it's like half new oak.
Right.
Half on the barrel. Fermented in a combination of oak tanks, upright oak tanks, stainless steel bin, and then in barrel for 20 months, all free run juice. And it's a combination of Walla Walla, Red Mountain, and 47 Hill. Three appellations.
You don't notice the lighting.
So, this is a teenager.
Supposed to be watching the act.
Which one are you drinking?
Sleight of hand is blue section. This is a nano. It's like, this is really, yeah, this is really good.
This might not
No, he's ready. He's ready. Dude, that shirt right there, man. I'm gonna put you on a game show.
No, I'm thinking this heavy camping out and I'm never gonna do it.
So once that happens,
Camping out. This is like, I want to have fun when I camp. This is like, it reminds me of camping, but it tastes so good.
And my wine experiences were in a place that now just sells auto parts called Napa.
Napa.
Naples, that's good.
Napoli.
So
Napoli.
for me,
Yeah.
my palate really goes to that style of Cabernet that Napa was doing so beautifully in the 70s and 80s when they were trying to do what Bordeaux has done for hundreds of years. And so really, stylistically, when we sit down and we make this wine, that's what's in my head. I don't know if any of you ever played the game, you're on death row, it's your last meal, you can have anything you want to eat and drink,
No.
what are you going to have?
Well, why would you play? No, why would you play that game if you're not on death row?
The state prison, the state pen is right down the road.
So for me, for years,
They literally still hang people here. That
1984 George de la Tour Cabernet. So when you drink this, know that when we sat down to do the blend for this, what was in the back of my head was 1984 BB George de la Tour Cabernet.
Really?
This is gets every year 20 to 22 months in French oak, and then another year in bottle before we release it. 50 to 60% new barrels, so we shave every one of the barrels down so that 60% of it is new. And 40%. You'll be amazed how many times we get that question in the tasting. So how do you do a 60% new barrel?
Oh my God. Isn't that funny? It's funny.
No, nothing. I got nothing,
He's
man.
good right now.
You take it.
He's good right
You got it.
8 months of the year, you pull it out.
I just want to say, Jerry's only a little bit older than I am. But I only brought up this looks because I only hope to be that good looking.
Whoa. 10 points to Josh.
This is kind of fun too because they're both same vintage wines. 2014 was a warmer vintage. I think at the time before 15 was the warmest on record.
And then 15, and then 16.
Which kind of blew my mind. Right. And so this is very similarly. I actually like maybe 2x better than Napa. Actually,
Really?
like Left.
What about Washington State though?
I love Washington. I love Walla Walla. Red Mountain sucks.
Josh is right now. Mark it right now. Josh is throwing shade at Red Mountain. Mark it. Who got that on tape?
I don't know, but I'm going to post it.
So on the south side of the valley is our McQueen Basin, so 1,450 feet elevation, high elevation, but on the warmer side of the valley. Landed almost in the straight fractured basalt. Really windy ridgeline too, so really stressful site. Get a little bit bigger tanning, but you get a lot of acid and low alcohol. So we, even though it's on the warmer end of the valley, we'll actually pick Cabernet almost at the same time as Mill Creek, which will be cooler end of the valley. So it's kind of a really dynamic site that we'd love to play with. And so this is mostly that, McQueen Cabernet, a little bit of LaFleur Cabernet from the Rocks, which is that vineyard right there. So they kind of balance each other out with a little bit silkier tannins and higher pH points. So really quick, I always like to do this. We don't do a lot of winemaker dinners at the winery, but I want to say thank you to our staff. Ann Wilcox, our director of sales. Molly Hall, who does our hospitality and our local events, which is George wants to do we always like to do stupid football nowadays because Drew. You're only as good as your team is, and we're one of the best, and so it's always fun to
You knew it wasn't from God.
Sit back when I said my
You didn't get any of the double back.
No, yeah, we didn't get it. I think they ran out before they did that.
That's okay. It's not that good. No, it's not that good.
No, it's outstanding. It's outstanding. I mean, it's in the Napa Valley. You want to Napa Valley.
If we drink out quick, we can get some more.
It's in the Napa. It's a $150 valley. It's good.
Okay, let me try this illusionist again.
Actually, I would like more Chardonnay.
I know, right?
Chardonnay
Yeah,
is
that
good.
was pretty amazing.
Very good. The Chardonnay. He's going to get you guys together and you're going.
I was going to refill my glass. That's what I'd go with too.
Oh, this is my lamb.
Yes, it is.
I think it's
Oh.
Oh yeah, definitely another garden.
We don't.
curious. This
You didn't have a pen on you.
No, I get one.
No. I have a film.
Is that a filter pen?
It might be crazy. But we also, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's the point.
My glass of Pinot and I really didn't want to. Like,
That one may be good enough, but otherwise that's it. I mean, I don't have a felt. I think that one would work the best.
Did you try it?
We're not on the floor.
Here's a pen. Oh, you got a pen. Okay.
Hang on.
Hey, you guys, real quick. Take 2 seconds, fill this out. This is going to be, so we can stay in contact via social.
Okay. Tell you what, can you just sign this?
The cork?
The cork.
You mean sign the cork?
Yes. We got like 2,000 cork at home. Some of them are signed.
We have buckets of them, and we dump them out every once in a while. And you remember what you did 20 years ago just by that.
When we're old, like, and decrepit, we say, Trey who? Yeah, we don't know that good. Oh, but sleight of hand's good.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Must have been. Oh, that must have been, double back.
This is my legit signature, right?
Is it? So we can't understand it?
terrible. I need like a Sharpie for that.
What the hell is that?
Exactly. Thank you. Did I give you that pin or that pin with it?
This one's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. That's okay. Gotcha. Okay. Honey, what's the handle for Instagram? At the Vineyard Trail, right?
At the Vineyard Trail.
Same for Twitter.
No, it's Vineyard Trail.
Twitter is at Vineyard Trail.
Chelsea. Hold up, Chelsea.
I know, but it's
It's right on the hand.
correct?
We don't.
Okay.
30,000 followers there right now. We're good.
There you go. Where's the other cork?
We need to get the other guy. You got a pen?
What's his name again? Remind me.
Trey.
No, the other guy.
Josh.
Josh.
Jesse.
Josh. Right?
What's talking about?
Drew got
Josh.
Josh. Right?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, please concentrate.
You gave me his cork.
So figure out how to make that.
That's his cork.
Josh.
That's his cork.
Both of them. Both their partners.
Josh is the winemaker for, right?
Oh, Josh McDaniels. Yes, I don't have it, but we can get his.
No, we're good.
We don't have the other guys.
Send it to Eric.
We're sending it to Eric right now.
Yeah, send it to Eric right now.
He was just asking, he's like,
He's got 4 kids at home. And
he's got 4 of the best kids in the island. Like my other kids.
yeah, that's what he told me.
I was so mad when he moved.
So now we need a cork
Josh
for we need to write some more. You know what I mean? Oh no. Winemaker. But we need to get the
Better winemaker than Trey.
Everybody has food?
We need to get a cork for the
Yeah,
other.
man.
But is it
Go eat
cooked?
some lamb.
Is it cooked? I don't think it's cooked.
Seared, man.
Cooked how you like, how you like it. You can order something else.
I like it burnt, but it's not funny.
No, but no. Most lamb chops are medium rare.
No. Motor lamb chop, I get cooked.
Send them back. That's fine. Send them
I'm
back.
going to send it back here. My wife will kill me.
What tonight, yeah?
That's fine.
No, it's not fine.
What's not fine?
I don't want to die. She'll kill me.
He doesn't want to sleep in your hotel room. He wants to sleep in my hotel room.
Unless you got wine
No, I said you can send them back.
I know, but I can't. My wife will kill me.
But then she'll kill him and then
No, that's trouble. No. Hey.
No.
Yeah, I would.
Chef here.
Hey, that is.
He'll cook them a little longer for you.
No, he won't.
I guarantee you. You want to guarantee? I can guarantee you he'll cook them a little longer for you.
I know you could,
I was doing it. I'd
but
spit in your food.
I need to push the envelope.
Yes.
I ate lobster bisque today.
Push the envelope.
I don't. No, today. Lobster bisque. I don't eat seafood.
Why not?
It's disgusting.
Really?
Yeah.
How would
There's no lobster in that.
Well, I know. That's why you ate that.
There's no lobster in the biscuit anyway.
And I am a burnt
I
meat
was gonna
type
ask that
person.
dude, where's the fucking lobster, dude? But I didn't want to do it. There was no, I know, but I understand etiquette.
You
okay?
could have sent it back and got lobster.
I understand that.
Yeah, where's my lobster?
Yeah, where's the lobster? Like, where's the beef, you know?
Exactly.
Did you take a picture of the meat?
Okay, so so you can get to my point in life where I drink wine all day and I don't even eat at night. And that's another option in life.
I like that option.
That's another option. I eat very little at night. I won't eat.
When you start drinking?
No, I just don't eat. Because once I start drinking, I have no appetite. I eat between.
But you need to eat.
I eat between 1 and 4 o'clock. And it's 1 and 4 and 5 o'clock. I work out hard.
Totally.
And then I have like one really good meal, and then I don't eat no more. I drink the rest of the night. And that's just my lifestyle. Because the body does not need a lot of food to sustain itself at all.
We know that. No, 100%.
I'm in that camp with that.
I agree with that, and I just can't find my pattern.
I get probably 70% of my calories from this. And I'm good. Because I eat about 12 or 1 o'clock after working out, and I have a really good meal, and I have a small meal, and then I drink and smoke cigars.
What about vitamins and all that?
No, you know what I do some, the only thing that I do is that, what's that thing called probiotics or?
Yeah. But that's for your gut though.
Yeah, but I do that because that helps to cleanse the system. Other than that, I don't do anything. The mind, and I just had a physical life a couple weeks ago.
I had a physical about 10 years ago.
But I'm 57 and my physical came back.
Who's 57? Come on.
Dude, I'm really good at this. I do, we're good, baby. You drinking good juice and I'm drinking good juice.
I'm gonna try this again.
What? How about, hey, who was born in 61? Who was born in the Cheval Blanc year?
Oh, I do. I'm born.
I was born in the worst vintage in the history of wine, 1969.
1961 was one of the best years in the world.
I was born in one of the worst vintages in the history of winemaking. 69.
Oh, 69. You got fucked in 69.
Terrible. Everywhere. Terrible.
You got fucked in
61.
I know, I'm 61, dude. And it's just the luck of the draw.
That's not right.
What about 64?
I think 64 was like middle of the road. It was nothing great at 64.
I don't think there was much great in 60 other than 61.
You're saying I'm not great?
Other than you. You were great in 64.
Thank you.
You were exactly, Tom.
My wife was born in 64.
61 also? 64?
No, not your year. My year.
You guys are good.
I like it when he's inebriated. Okay, I like that wine.
There's no other explanation.
Sleight of hand. Well, this is so red.
Yeah, fill that out. But I do agree with you. I think it'd be better with charcoal water. I think that flavor.
I think their wine's out. I think that cabinet.
There for you when you're ready.
Outstanding.
However, I love this for
A little rare. A little rare.
Grenache, Washington State, people.
Hold on a second.
Let me read the back notes real quick.
Oh, no, don't do that right now. No, hold on a second. Let's do that in about 10 seconds.
We got the good.
Hold on.
We can't wait for you. This is Grenache.
I'm back to my story on Instagram.
You walk in with flair.
To my story. No. Hold on.
Come on. Don't hold on. This is my glass. You pour my glass. I'll drink.
No, but we're getting ready to add to the story. Is we ready?
We're done.
We're 2 stories on Instagram. Alright, go.
Right here.
That's right.
Hey, look at this.
No, we don't
Who
care.
loves Grenache? How about Grenache from Washington?
right here on mine.
Well, that's one of the great varieties.
I got 3 of the great vineyards in Washington. Upland Vineyard, which is Snipes AVA, one of the great Washington sites for Grenache Syrah. Planted in ancient Columbia Valley cobbles, one of the coolest sites I've ever been in. Ziggy Stardust Vineyard, a barrel of Ziggy Stardust Grenache. French Creek, one of our favorite Chardonnay sites. We planted some Grenache years ago. We have Grenache here. 100% Grenache, 0 duo, a lot of whole cluster, foot crush. Forget about it.
Cheers,
Mic drop.
We're good.
Walk away.
We're good. I got you.
Please.
Give me a glass.
I got you on my way. Hey,
Sorry, like a little more well done.
I had to pour some Grenache for you.
Or if you like it crispy.
She poured it.
I don't know. I don't know who it is.
Because I'm an antagonist.
Trey's going to tell you about the Doubleback wine.
No,
I
because
think it's actually true.
did you go to New York State?
I mean, I'm not looking to antagonize anybody. I'm just looking at
The Sorcerer's Grenache is a brand new release for us. It's 2016 vintage. It's 100% Grenache. There's not a lot of Grenache being made in Washington, but with the success that you're seeing with Syrah in the States, you're seeing a lot of people planting and making Grenache. We've been working with Upland Vineyard for about 5 years, which is in it's in the middle of the Yakima Valley. It's a relatively new AVA called Snake Mountain AVA. Really unique vineyard site. When you drive up into the vineyard, there's a few road cuts, and you see it's 20 feet of river rock, and these river rock is small pebbles, and you're 800, 900 feet above the Yakima River. So you're looking down the Yakima River, but behind you is a wall of river rock. And I talked to Kevin Poe, our geologist in town, and he said that the river rock actually comes from the ancient Columbia River from like 1 million years ago. The Columbia River used to be where the Yakima River is today, and it laid down all this river rock from Canada. And then you have kind of uplift, and you have an anticline, and Snipes Mountain is an anticline. So what used to be the river bottom is now halfway up this mountain. And anyway, it seems to do really well with Grenache, very hot site. So that's the majority of that wine is from Upland. We use a little bit of French Creek Grenache and our vineyard Ziggy Stardust that we have up in Northport. There's a barrel of Grenache in that wine.
This actually is, you're getting it 6 months before we'll actually release this one.
Oh, wow.
Hey, but Trey, if someone was drinking this wine, how would they know that Grenache is in the bottle? I'm just.
What was the question?
If someone was drinking this wine, how would they know that Grenache is the great varietal in your wine?
They'd have to read the label.
I'm asking Trey right now because because someone had a legitimate question about the wine.
Yeah. I mean, Grenache is a varietal, and is that a great wine?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Grenache is a great varietal, yes.
Great, not great, but great.
Great. Well, it's a great man, great.
Oh, well, do you want to know?
I just spent 10 minutes explaining Grenache to this guy right here, okay, Trey? So all I'm saying is this, but no, this I don't know No, dude. This guy loves this wine here, and I was explaining the wine. It's a fantastic wine, but it's called what?
That's the Chardonnay bottle.
Illusionist.
Really?
That's not Trey.
Trey, how did you come up with this name, though? Yeah. Say how you came up with the name.
That's the wrong
Okay,
bottle.
he's going to give you how he came up with the name.
I'm not going to come up with that. I'm going to let Josh talk.
Oh, Josh, you're going to handle the name?
Yeah, so.
For the next one.
Keep going.
No, Josh, that's a different bottle of wine. Come on, yo. Really?
So, long ago, 2009, it's super long ago.
Which one? The other one.
So, this was the wine almost like,
That's the one.
was kind of like the inspiration for our sister winery, Bloodstone Family Winery, which is downtown here in Walla Walla. So, Syrah kind of came out as this thing that Walla Walla had been doing well. It was really popular, and Drew loved it, and we made it, and we only wanted to make it once. We were like, we just want some Syrah. Let's see how it goes. We made it in 2009, bottled it in 2010,
wow.
married it in 2011. We're like, oh my god, we gotta keep doing this. This is stupidest thing we ever did was stop making Syrah. So we started it up in 2012 again. So this is 2016. This is our Walla Walla Syrah. This is almost 50-50. The Luss Vineyard, which is the eastern edge of the Walla Walla Valley, is planted in Luss soil, which is the lead edge of the state here in town. And then from our state vineyard in the Rocks District, almost 50-50. This is actually aged in 40% concrete. The concrete tanks downstairs. If you I don't think anybody was down there. But all certainly, it's almost made like a Pinot Noir, where we don't rack it, we don't keep it very reductive in style, and then a little bit of used and a little bit of new French oak. So Syrah is something I have learned a lot about. One of my really close advisors, Greg Harrington, is a master sommelier here in town. And it's something that I've probably focused almost more on a varietal than anything else. And we're starting to see really big gains. It's probably been like the most exciting varietal for me to make over the last 2 years. So we just released this wine, not 6 months, but we released it like 3 weeks ago. It's sold out, but it's been fun to taste.
No, it's right here. It's unbelievable. Hey, what's the vintage year on that?
16. 16.
I know that. Come on, man. You gotta quit that shit.
2016.
I think it's the best wine on the table tonight.
Best wine on the table.
No, I really do.
Thank you, bro.
Oh, it's really good.
It is good.
Andre,
I don't have a fork.
tell us about dessert.
Hey, Andre. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna go 15 seconds on Instagram. Hold on, Andre. You got 15 seconds in. You're gonna go too.
Okay, now we're at half an hour.
All right, so for dessert, you guys have, the menu says Huckleberry. Our Huckleberry source is not good right now.
What?
Oh, wow. You served something that wasn't good, Andre, really?
So these are actual local blackberries. So there we go. That's the only change on this. So it's a blackberry upside down cake with a corn and cashew gelato. Ice cream on top, and that's what we have for dessert. So enjoy, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Andre, would you like to tell them about the little, it's not a bus stop, but it's like a gas station downtown that they might want to come and see?
So,
hashtag in the gas station.
So, I know this is a wine bloggers thing, but we also do a lot of stuff on Instagram and social. We do a lot of stuff on Instagram and social media. I know you guys are wine people, that's fine, but we're also Instagram people. We're hashtag get a gas station, hashtag eat at AKs. We also have a Andre's Kitchen Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. But
Hashtag spoon drop.
yeah, hashtag spoon drop.
What's a spoon drop though?
Oh, Trey can show you.
You've heard of a mic drop, right? Andre, something.
We started with the food truck almost 10 years ago here in Walla Walla. We're kind of considered one of the OGs on the West Coast of food trucking. So there's my GM's former boss and myself were the first 2 guys in the state of Washington with food trucks. And I was probably the first licensed one. His boss wasn't the first licensed one. Probably was the first one. That'd be Skillet in Seattle. And then 7 years ago we moved in. We had an opportunity to move into a gas station.
Gas station.
Oh my God.
And so I don't know if any of you know or care, but I've kind of cooked around at a couple places, and some of them are Michelin 3-star restaurants, yada yada yada. And so now we're cooking in a gas station, which is kind of started up here.
So Michelin cooking, not Michelin tires.
It's kind of a fun thing to do. So we're in a gas station. We're 100% scratch. We make all of our own bread. We make our own bacon, our own ham.
And it was a good one.
All of our pickles are done in-house. All of our we actually bring in dried field corn from Oaxaca. We mix them all our own corn for our tortillas. We grind our own corn. We make our own tortillas. we're pretty much 100% scratch kitchen. So we're in a gas station, we have a smoker, so all of our briskets and meats and pulled porks are all done with old growth Gala apple wood from here in the valley. It's not a propane assist or a chip or anything like that. So it's all done the way that I would do it if I was in another type of restaurant other than a gas station.
So you ever worried when you light the match for the smoker?
What's that?
Are you ever worried when you light the match for the smoker?
What was really interesting is when we put the smoker in, we had to have the fire department come out and measure how far we were away from all the gas pumps and kind of make sure that we were in
There's
the
a propane tank about 43 feet away, and 40 feet is the rule.
It's all safe according to the fire department. So that's kind of our deal and our shtick, and we're sticking with it. So
thank you so much.
No, you got great food here.
I think this is the best meal of the night. Right now.
The best meal of the night.
Really
Oh, yeah.
good. That's really good. But you have to move
Sorry,
it.
what's his name?
Andre Kitchen?
Yep, Andre's Kitchen.
Andre's Kitchen.
A-N-D-R.
Eric and I had a meal in there. We ate lunch here.
What do you got?
I got the
Oh yeah.
and he got the top. And then we got the corn too.
I just can't.
Doubleback Winery dinner on Friday night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.